International Mother Language Day. It is actually on 21st of February, back in 1952, in the country which is now Bangladesh. Some people stood up to preserve the right to speak in the language they love, and that is Bangla. And they actually laid their lives, and at that time, the then East Pakistan government, who used to rule that country, they tried to impose Urdu as the language to these Bengali-speaking people, and they stood up for their right to speak in Bangla, communicate in Bangla, and make all of their official communication in Bangla. So this is probably one of the very few instances where people stood up and conducted an uprising to restore the right to speak their mother language. Back in 1999, UNESCO declared this day, 21st of February, as International Mother Language Day. And it happens to be a day which we celebrate with a lot of hurt, because we come from the same part of the world. I mean, most of us are probably from the Indian part of Bengal, West Bengal, but many of us are from Bangladesh also. And we celebrate this day with a lot of pride. And that's why we are assembled here today. And what makes this day even more beautiful and of incredible pride to all of us is because we are here, and with the great help from Stanford Ferguson Library, we will actually be able to start a small corner of Bengali books in Stanford Ferguson Library. So Korok Cultural Association is donating 100 Bengali books today to Stanford Library, which they have very, very generously accepted, and they will be hosting those books here. When I was talking to Yelena, what she said, that by law, anyone living in the state of Connecticut and have a library card from their own town, they can actually issue those books. So I'm sure people who live in Connecticut, it will be of immense benefit to them. And it's a good start, and I really, really cannot thank the Stanford Ferguson Library Authority enough for letting us do this thing with them. Funny story, I mean, I was talking to Yelena, I was telling her that when I started my American journey back in 2013, I used to just live half a mile from here in an apartment complex called Cornerstone at Bedford. And my son was 18-month-old then, and now he's 14 years old. So we used to frequent Ferguson Library quite often. He literally grew up coming to Stanford Library and going to the children's section. The only regret I had when I used to come here was, you have such a beautiful infrastructure, and someone coming from India, when we get to see the books that you have, the DVDs that you have, all the infrastructure that we have here, the only thing that I couldn't find back then, there were very few, 2 or 3 copies of Bengali books. So when we came together and we thought that if we could come forward and probably start a partnership with Stanford Library, and I really cannot thank Yelena enough. She has helped us from the very beginning. We are missing one of our team members today who was doing this liaison with Stanford Library, Bornock. He had to go to a college visit today, so he couldn't make it today, but Bornock took active participation in building this partnership with Stanford Library. So with that, I know Yelena, you are here, and I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Alice. And Alice is here. So I would just request any of you to come forward and just speak a few words. And then we have the books here, so in case any of you want to see what actual books we will be donating, those books are here, and we will just do a formal handover of one book as a symbolic gesture. And then we will keep the books here for now, and when our event is over, we will just hand it over to the librarian. Alice.
Good afternoon, I am Alice Knapp. I'm the CEO of the Ferguson Library, and I just cannot thank you enough. You're right, we have 2 or 3 books in Bengali, but that's it. And now we have a really great classic collection that we'll be able to add. And if you don't live in Stanford, you can borrow a book here, and return it to your local public library. You can request a book that you find in our catalog through your local public library, and it'll be delivered to you. I mention that because some of this services are under threat from the state right now, as the state library's budget has been cut, and it's this service specifically that has been cut. So if you care about this, please see me, and I can tell you some key words you can say to your local representatives. But we are very, very happy to add these books to our collection, and I hope that they get used as often as I suspect they will be.
Thanks a lot, Alice. Alice, please don't go away, because what we will do is we have among us Sir Tajul Imam. He himself is a writer, illustrator, artist, and actually the same country we were talking about when we talked about this language movement back in 1952. That country went through their independence struggle in 1971, and he happens to be one person who actively took part in that independence movement. So he's a Mukti Jodha. So what we will do is that we will hand over one book from one poet who is probably the most famous poet after someone, and we had to make a painful decision not to donate his books. Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is a Nobel laureate in literature. He got his Nobel Prize back in 1913 in Bengali. From then, we had to consciously avoid his books because his books are very heavy. That's one thing. There are a lot of volumes. And one practical decision we had to take is because Rabindranath's work, it is completely digitized, it's available for free to everyone. So that's why we took a conscious decision that we are not going to include his books here. So probably the next biggest person in Bengali literature that we have seen, and he happens to be the national poet of Bangladesh also, Kazi Nazrul Islam. From his complete works, we will just present the first book to you, and Tajul Bhai, I could please call you up on the stage. And I would request all of our board members, because they did a lot of work, I would request all of our...
To you. Be part of this thing. Thank you.
I can't thank you enough.
We can, thank you.
Those are always the best kinds of relationships, right? Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Sure, thank you.
Hopefully this is a start. It's an
Oh,
honor,
that would be great.
definitely. It's an achievement, I should
Yeah,
say.
we are incredibly proud today for doing this. Thank you. Thanks. We'll just keep it there and then we'll take it. Thank you.